What's up, y'all? It's Kelly West on another episode. Check this out. My bumper fell off on the motherfucking freeway.
Emotional damage.
So now I got to put on another one that I got at the junkyard.
My nigga.
So, yeah. And yeah, I know. I got to replace the other tire. That shit went flat the other day. Alright, there go the bumper. I'm about to strip that bitch down. Strip that bitch down. So it can at least just be all black. That's the plan. Or at least just have all that white paint. That way I can just primer it down. Alright, the plan is to have all that white paint stripped off. Let's get it. Alright, now to strip this shit down, I'm going to be using this aircraft paint remover. It's safe with plastic, so that's what I'm going to use to spray that shit down. And then let that shit sit. And I'm going to cover it up a little bit. Alright, let's get on it. Okay. That shit was white, now that shit is turning yellow. And I see that shit kind of flaking up. But I don't know, they might have changed the formula because it seems like it's kind of weaker. But I'm gonna cover it up, go let me something to eat for a little while, and just let that shit do its thing. See how it's stripping already on that side, stripping a little bit more. On this side, if you can kind of see a little bit, then stripping on the side. Whew. That shit is fucking toxic like a motherfucker. I need to get away from that shit. Don't want to even breathe that shit. Okay, so I stripped off a little bit. That should change the color. But that should still look like it's on there. I'm gonna try to see if I can peel off by hand. Oh, okay. A good amount came off, but that was only after 2 fucking cans of application. They really make that shit like weak now. Either that or because shit, 10 years of fucking baked on paint maybe. But it came off a little bit, but shit, I had to fucking put a good amount. Now I didn't sand it first or nothing like that. Or no other treatment. I just applied that stuff on it, the spray. And applied it nice and thick all over it. I guess push gonna shove like I'll sand it down or sand off the remaining paint. But I might be able to kind of get it with another application or two. Mm-hmm. Okay, here goes the underneath of the bumper. It's stripping away. Just take fucking forever and a day. This is after the third application. That shit used up a lot. But at least it's coming off, and I should be able to wash the rest of it off. But for the most part, it kind of came off. There's still a little bit of residual paint, but maybe if I use a third or fourth application, or should I say a fourth or fifth application, it should be completely black. Or at least not very white anymore. The store only had one can left, so I just bought what I could. But getting blacker. G35, my baby. Slowly but surely, it's coming off. Shit. Ain't completely black, but at least most of the paint is off. Well, I got at least, clean off the rest of the residue, get the rest of the pieces off, the rest of the paint pieces off. Then, maybe I sand it down a little bit and primer that motherfucker. At least I ain't gonna be riding around with no damn bumper. That sucks. Riding around with no damn bumper. That shit look tacky as fuck. I guess I'll run it back once I finish scraping it off as much as possible. Back on the scene. Okay. Back on the scene, of course. With my weird colored bumper. It's not really black, but it's definitely not white anymore, so that's a good thing. Still haven't washed it off. Thinking about going to the store and go to the other parts store and get another can and just go ahead and spray that shit one more time. Just get rid of all the little extra residual paint as much as possible. That way I could rinse it off, maybe sand it down a bit with some 220 or some 320 or something, and then primer that bitch. Right. What's up, y'all? It's like late night. Well, not that late. About 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I put, I think, what's this, a fourth or fifth application of that stuff to try to get the residual paint off. But I'm not putting any more of this stuff on. At this point, I'm just gonna wipe off as much as possible. Wash that shit. Let that shit dry. And then I'm gonna work with whatever that I got over here. So for the most part, all the paint is off. For the most part. So I can start off with a fresh bumper. Or at least I can start off sanding it and then it'll be a fresh bumper eventually. But at least it ain't white no more. It's some type of color.
His ass would be under the jail, and they would be blaming him. I can't believe he was living that type of life. Or let's say he was out there being an escort, and he was meeting up with dudes in the middle of in San Francisco, and he had to do what he had to do to take care of the kids, and he got deleted. And be like, what a horrible dad. How could you be doing that when you should have been at home taking care of the kids, and you had a live-in nanny? How dare you? They'd be killing it.
Okay. It came out
Give
kind
them
of black.
robotic massages. Yep, that's what they be doing. Oh, but can't make a judgment about that.
Can't wait to
No,
see
no,
this
no.
shit in the
Keep them
daytime though.
no kids. Don't no, no. We don't want to talk about that.
But shit, it looked better
It's
than
one
it
of
did
it's a
before.
rule. It's a rule. It's a
I
rule
tell
of
you
thumb.
that.
Anyway. Oh, just like the girl that got up in the church, man. The girl that got up in the church. I was doing this for 27 years, and you did things to my body, and my brother saw me, and I went to college, and I came back to you. I wore a wedding ring, I wore a promise ring, and it was you 27 years later. 27 years later, she's still in there burying his ass. All right. Anyway, shout out to you guys, man. Look, we're going to get out of here. It's time to skedaddle. We're going to be back. Keep the smoking
It
gun
looked
off. We're going
black
to get some
though.
tacos, and you know what else to do. All right, shout out to you brothers, man. Did we get yep, we got Uncle Pearl in there for everybody. And we out of here. I can do some shuffling too. Man, what you going to do? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, a couple little pieces. Now this is almost ready to get kind of, touched up. And that way I could just paint that shit. That should be good. That's how the car is supposed to look on both sides, but at least the bumper ain't all white. Better than that.